Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know the vibes, man. This is Coat Talk. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. This has been a crazy, crazy week for the Philadelphia Eagles. A lot of rumors being spread, a lot of propaganda being spread. But listen. This is that safe place where you could come once a week to get your, weekly fill on Philadelphia Eagles content that been taking place, what I'm saying, during the course of the week. So this is Goat Talk, the podcast, episode 4. Lord Brunson, Philly, Mike, you know the vibes. What's going on, Mike? How you feeling, bro?
Hey, I'm excited for Sunday because it's Eagles football, but I don't know what I'm gonna get. I don't know what I'm gonna get, and it starts with Nick Sirianni, just the absolute dysfunction of a game plan he brought to Dallas. Hopefully, it stayed in Dallas and it didn't touch Philadelphia when we got back. We just gotta throw that one away. That was just a bad performance from a lot of people, but it's still early in the season. I gotta see more.
Yeah, I agree. And for real, I think the real problem with the Dallas game is that a lot of people just upset that it was Dallas. Had we would have got manhandled like that by anybody else, I don't think the reaction is as extreme as it is this week. It is Dallas. It's a divisional opponent. You expect those NFC East games to be closer than what that one was for sure. But you know what I'm saying? We still got some work we got to do. We got to develop a quarterback. We got a coach who I don't know. I don't know what phase of life he's in right now. I don't know if he's having a midlife crisis or whatever. But you can't go out there and you can't call a game like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just jump right into it, man. I'm having a hard time with blaming anybody besides the coach. You know what I'm saying? People in Philadelphia, we got to get out of this mindset that when we lose a game, it's the quarterback's fault. No, it's other things. It's things that's happening that the quarterback don't even got control over, like calling 3 run plays in the game. Jalen Hurts wouldn't have wanted to do that. Nick Sirianni came out there and did that. And I mean, it gotta be a 180 to even be competitive. A 360, whatever. They gotta turn all the way around to even be competitive this week, in my opinion, man. What's your hard thoughts about the play calling?
It's not winning style football. It's not. You look at all the teams and just go back, and I don't like to compare them to other players yet because I got to see more from Jalen Hurts too. But look, Dak Prescott had the luxury of being a 4th-round pick who had some. If you look at Dak Prescott's draft profile, he'll say some of the things that Jalen Hurts has on it. You know what I mean? He's not a proven passer, this, that, and the third. He came into the league and he dinked and dunked for a while, but it was a great offensive line, a run-first team, and that gave him the confidence to be the Dak Prescott he is now. Baker Mayfield had a great rookie season. At the half the season he played, came out and had the ugliest sophomore. People were questioning him being a franchise or even a starter, and then you get Chubb, you get a run first team, and the Browns look good, and so does Baker Mayfield, because when you are asked to just execute on a certain amount of plays and plays that you are more suited to do, you're going to have a better game. But when you ask a guy who does have to get developed on some things to just go ahead, Jalen, you do everything. Go ahead, everything, just do everything. I mean, that's way too much for any quarterback, let alone a guy who only has 7 starts.
Yeah, I agree, man. You gotta. I mean, we've seen this our whole lifetime. We've seen teams put, quarterbacks in way better positions than we saw our coaching staff put our quarterback in for the last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts came into the Dallas game without an interception, without a turnover. Now you ask him to throw on 78% of the snaps offensively, and of course you're gonna get some turnovers. Of course you're gonna get some mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I think the coaching had me so upset last week that I'm questioning Nick Sirianni's position way more than I'm questioning Jalen Hurts' position, because this is what I know. When you got an offensive line coming into a game that's missing 2 starters, what you don't want to do is you don't want to have them pass blocking all week. Now, granted, Andre Dillard held his own. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know who was in there in place of Brooks, but you still got 2 guys who are not used to starting in a divisional game, pass blocking on 78% of the plays. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any stretch of the imagination, but I will say this, Mike. I feel like that if you don't come out there with that game plan, say Malu might still be around next week, this week, tomorrow. I feel like the game plan got him hurt. This is the first time we've seen in Philadelphia Eagles history. You know what I'm saying? Three handoffs to a running back in 88 years. 88 years. You know what I'm saying? That's more than my grandparents' lifetime. 88 years. And in 20 years, it's the first time we've seen this in the National Football League, somebody not give the ball to a running back this many. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's no excuse for it. And I am beyond I'm low-key livid that I even had to watch and sit through that. Because me being a guy that knows football and watches football, how can you blame anybody but the coach for a performance like that? It's crazy.
And just to say some of the stuff that's going on in the chat, you got to understand, look, yes, Nick Sirianni wasn't throwing the picks and wasn't throwing the ball short on times. But at the end of the day, that game plan really ain't suitable for any quarterback in the league because hence it hasn't been done in 20 years. Tom Brady runs the ball. Aaron Rodgers, teams run the ball. Patrick Mahomes just had a 100 yards rusher last week in a loss to the Chargers. They run the ball. The greatest quarterbacks in the league have a run game. And when you put too much pressure on a quarterback who needs to develop some things, you're going to ask for mistakes. Plus, this whole RPO. Listen, even if you like it and it can be run successfully, but when you put the ball in the running back's belly and pull it back, what is that supposed to do? The only reason you're doing that is because you're trying to freeze the linebackers or you're trying to draw the linebackers up. Well, guess what? Dallas, they might be stupid, but they weren't stupid Sunday because what they said is this. The last 10 RPOs were all passes. I ain't freezing. I'm going to act like every play is a pass. And if he does beat me with a run, which Miles Sanders did, okay, he's not going to do it again. So that's the thing. When you are a balanced team, the defensive ends got to play different. They can't just get up like they want to. They can't pin their ears back and get at the quarterback. The linebackers got to play different. Simple and plain. Why do you think our linebackers, after getting a big, heavy dose of Zeke up the middle, were getting killed by Dalton Schultz? We stopped Kyle Pitts. We shut down George Kittle, but Dalton Schultz kills us because we were so terrified of the run game. But the Cowboys linebackers were like this. If we have 20 defensive snaps and they run the ball 2 or 3 times, well, we'll play our pass coverage and we'll let them get 20 yards because the Eagles are too foolish to do it again. And I want to give the Cowboys credit. And I see CFO up in here, you know what I mean? Part owner of the Cowboys. Just kidding.
Oh, that's him. That's him right there. Hey, no. Tuck actually explained that to me. He explained it to me.
He did it to me too. I just had to throw that out there.
Right, my guy, part owner. But yeah, man, like it's game plans like that just make you scratch your head, man. It doesn't make no sense. I mean, like you iterated, like nobody's done nothing like this in 20 years. What the hell make us think that we should try it? I don't even think. I don't want this to. I hate. Let me get to this super chat real quick. My guy Richard Henney, man, thank you for the donation. Lord Brunson, where did you get the Super Bowl trophy? I want one. My guy Dave Dust hooked me up, man. He hooked me up. You know what I'm saying? I think it was around $70, man. If enough people keep asking me about it, I'll try to get a link and make sure, you know what I'm saying, I can find some way to get them out to you guys. My guy Gennady Morano, thank you for the donation, bruh. Niners gang, say it, Brunson. Negative. Don't play with me like that. Don't play with me like that. No, but damn, I forgot what I was about to say. Like, yeah, nobody's come out with a game plan like that. You know what I'm saying? The game plan was just crazy to me. And this is the main problem that I'm having with last week, Mike. The main problem that I'm having is Nick Sirianni is going on these press runs and he's saying stuff like, well, the game dictated that I play like this. But I watched the game more than once. It was 7-7. The Philadelphia Eagles had the ball. The playbook is open to you. Got an opportunity to take a lead and wear down that defense. You know what I'm saying? The defense was basically having their way. You got the opportunity to sustain a long drive, mix up the playbook, run and pass, you know what I'm saying, and get that defense tired. We did nothing to tire out that defense. 3 and out after 3 and out after 3 and out. You can't tell me that in any situation in football that it's a 7-7 game, basically 0-0, and you got the ball, but the game plan dictate that you don't run the ball? Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? That don't make no sense to me. Listen, I might have been born wherever I was born, but it wasn't yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You can't pull that wool over my eyes. And then to take it even further, at one point we was down. At one point, if we would have scored, it would have been a 6-point game. And in third quarter, the playbook is still open. You still got time to run the ball. So let's not make it seem like that we came into this situation already down 21 at the opening kick, and all we could do is pass. Even if you're down 21 in the first quarter, you're still running the ball.
Correct. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you stop running the ball in the fourth quarter, late in in early, late fourth quarter. If it's a two possession game, then you can. But like, we just fed into what the Cowboys want to do. They are great side to side. So Jalen Hurts, who did try to run scrambling a couple times, the Cowboys were on it. Micah Parsons, shout out to him, he was on it and whatnot. But we played into the Cowboys' hands again. You can't. Nobody cares if you're faking the ball to the running back if you ran the ball 0 times in the first quarter. And here's the thing to what you said. This is a legit stat. When it was either tied or down by 7, we had 9 plays in that area. We started getting beat pretty early. And because the offense couldn't stay on the field because we didn't run the ball at all and didn't keep the Cowboys guessing, we gave the ball back to them. But in our 9 plays, we had 9 plays where it was at least tie or 0 or a 1-score game, and there was 0 runs. So, as you said, stop lying to me, Nick Sirianni. Run the damn ball.
Exactly. That's all I'm trying to say, man. Shout out to San8, man, 499. He said Hurts missing open receivers has nothing to do with the run game. Hold him accountable. Hope he get it together Sunday, him and the coach. I got to disagree. I mean, I agree with the concept of what you're saying, but come on, man, let's be for real, man. Not running the ball at all, just abandoning the run that early. Put your quarterback who's developing in a bad situation. Jalen Hurts is not Aaron Rodgers. He's not Tom Brady. He don't have the arsenal that either one of those guys got. You can't go out there, and Devontae Smith is still developing. He's your number 1 wide receiver. You can't go out there with a pass game plan. You know what I'm saying? Look at Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield was called the bus a couple years ago because he had no running game. Now Baker Mayfield about to get paid. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do to protect your quarterback. You're missing 2 offensive linemen. You're playing with backups. What are you pass blocking 78% of the snaps? I don't know, man. Maybe we just see it different, boss.
Well, yeah, real quick to this point, I am holding him accountable. Jalen Hurts in the Dallas Cowboys game stunk. He stunk when he was asked to throw certain plays. He didn't do it right. But am I going to say because he stunk in one game where things around him contributed to him stinking that he can't be he gets no more chances? I like how you said get it together, play next week. Hold him accountable. Facts. Nobody's ever came on the screen and said Jalen Hurts was good. LB said he was bad. But when you have such a horrible game plan, it's like it fed into it. Jalen Hurts would have been a little bit more, he could have been more effective if everything wasn't on his plate. So we're going to see with a new game plan. The same way everybody, look at Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was classified a bust. He gets a new game plan around him, and we're not saying he's great and he's going to make mistakes, but the narrative on Sam Darnold is changing, and that's the thing. Mm-hmm. Jalen Hurts is married to Nick Sirianni right now. Just say Nick Sirianni starts calling the play good and Jalen Hurts starts throwing picks, it's going to make Nick Sirianni look bad. And same vice versa. If Jalen Hurts is asked to do things that he can't do or that is too much for any young quarterback, it's going to make him look bad. So they got to go hand in hand. But it still falls on Nick Sirianni more because you did something that's never been done. Every quarterback throws picks, but not every coach calls 3 plays or 3 runs.
What did he have? 39 attempts, Jalen Hurts? Something like that. 30. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. If Miles has a regular game, he might only have 25 attempts. So you might not see a lot of the bad passes that you saw. And he was under duress a lot of the time. My guy, O.C. Moore, Nick is terrible. I've seen people call better plays on Madden. We could have had a 3-headed monster with Miles Jordan and Kenny G. I agree. And in fact, I just feel disrespected as a fan that I didn't hear that my guy was elevated from the practice squad. We got the best running back on the practice squad roster in the National Football League. What is really going on with the running backs in Philadelphia? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Is this a ploy that we could dwindle down Miles' numbers so we don't get paid? I don't understand it. You got Jordan Howard on a practice squad. He's on a practice squad.
Who's 26
years old. Like, come on, man. The game plan and the way the brass is even operating player personnel is starting to look garbage to me. You know what I mean? They got to tighten up those areas so these guys can go out there and do their job. I can't go on a battlefield without my weapon. And for a quarterback that's developing, the run game is a major weapon. A major weapon. You see Trevor Lawrence the other day. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
No, and look what CFO said in here. He said, plus we were down multiple defensive tackles. Y'all definitely did us a favor. You know what I mean? Cowboys fans understanding that we played into their hand, and that all starts
Of
with coaching.
course.
It was a bad game plan. Horrible.
Of course, we could have like one thing we had. The defensive front was small for Dallas that week too. We had the advantage. You know what I'm saying? Man, it was just a disappointing game plan. But we got the Chiefs coming into town. We got the Chiefs coming into town.
Bad
How,
defense.
how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel about the Chiefs game in a nutshell?
Oof. I mean, look, I'm never going to simply say that we have no chance because I can't wake up Sunday morning and go turn the TV on and thinking that we're not going to have a chance. There is a saying called any given Sunday, but we are in a bad spot. I got to see, look, Nick Sirianni, so far, he lied to me. So he got to earn my trust back. He lied to me because the strength of this team is the run game. It's evident. You can see it. But in a nutshell, the Chiefs are looking to get right. They're 1-2. We're both 1-2, but looking at context, they were in every game. And as sweet as their defense is, there is some context to that. The Honey Badger didn't play week 1. That plays into it. And he's their man in the secondary. Also, you look at who they played. They played against 3 teams who got offensive weapons, in the Browns, the Ravens, and the Chargers. So,
did they win week 1?
They beat the Browns.
Okay.
Yeah. And so looking at what they give up, they allow on an average 280 plus yards via the pass and 160 yards during the run. If Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts if we can't score or move the ball on this defense, well, then this is going to be a long season. Listen, I'm not saying we're going to get beat or we're going to beat them, but we have to be able to play competent football in this game or it's going to be a long season because there's not many defenses right now that are worse than this. So we just got to make something happen. I want to see a competent football game, but Andy Reid back to the link, 1-2, under 500. It's going to be real hard to beat them. They're not sleeping on us at all.
I don't know. I don't know the last time I seen the Philadelphia Eagles, the Kansas City Chiefs lose 3 straight games. I mean, I just don't know the last time that's happened. But this is a mountain, man. This is a mountain. This is a mountain. Both teams are on 2-game losing streaks. The Kansas City Chiefs are still the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't care what the hell that defense. They have the capability to put up 50 points on anybody in the National Football League. So the Philadelphia Eagles definitely got to play competent football. But this is what I understand, though. I'm seeing a pattern here with Nick Sirianni. Week 1, we come out there, we have an impressive win against the Atlanta Falcons. Everybody's saying that we didn't take no deep shots. What the hell happened in San Fran? We start taking way too many deep shots. You know what I mean? And a lot of the times our wide receivers had to play defense on some of those deep shots. The offense stalled out due to bad play calling. Now it's time to play the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody said against San Fran, the offense was bad. Get that offense rolling. We throw the ball 78% of the time in order to appease the fans. Now everybody's saying we ain't running the ball in the Cowboys game. Nick Sirianni going to come out there and run that ball. Nick Sirianni is going to do whatever the crowd says. That's the pattern that I'm seeing right now. And that's not a coach. That's not a coach. You really got to coach the game in phases of whatever the defense is giving you. That's why, I know I get on Dak Prescott a lot, but I'd be lying if I was saying that I'd be lying if I would say that I'm not proud of his, his growth. Dak Prescott has grown almost into an elite quarterback. If he ain't elite, he's right there. You know what I'm saying? He's grown almost to an elite quarterback. In the past, Dak Prescott would have forced the ball to Amari Cooper, what's the kid, CeeDee Lamb, all the flashy toys. But instead, he saw that we was playing them pretty tough. We expected that. The tight end was the leading receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. When the hell does that happen? It only happens if you got a quarterback that understands what's being, and that comes from development. We got to continue to develop Jalen Hurts and give him some things he can lean on. Exactly. Development at a run game. So, it's a lot, man. It's a lot that got to go into this game. To keep it 100, I don't trust Nick Sirianni because I don't know what the hell I'm going to get from Nick Sirianni. He could say I don't know what the hell I'm going to get. I think we still going to get way too many pass plays, to be honest. I think it's just in him. He's a wide receiver. Shout out to my guy, Jeremiah Butler, man. He said, we're talking about 2 separate issues. I put the majority of the blame on Siri, but not by a lot. Jalen had his hand in this debacle as well as Gannon and Howie. Lack of linebacker talent. I mean, the lack of linebacker talent, it is what it is. But you still got to craft a game plan to put your linebackers in a situation to succeed. You got to play with what you got at some point. And the Philadelphia Eagles didn't play with what they got. You could say Jalen had a hand in it all he want, but Jalen went in there with one hand tied behind his back. If you take the run game away from a quarterback, He's one-dimensional now. Now you're relying on Jalen Hurts to run around when a play breakdown because you have no run game. When you don't run the ball, you fall into situations of throwing the pass and it's 2nd and 10. You know what I'm saying? Now you might got to throw because it's 2nd and 10. Whatever happened to the Philadelphia Eagles getting a 2nd and 3 because of an explosive run on first down? We didn't put ourselves in them situations, man. So like Jalen, I'm not gonna say he got a total pass after last week, but come on, bro. Come on. Let's be for real.
And Miles Sanders leads the league on first down runs, which will make it a lot easier on Jalen Hurts if you call the run play. And just real quick, at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts made some bad plays, bad passes, but the game plan shouldn't be surrounded by Jalen's arm. The game plan has to be a lot of different things, regardless, because not many quarterbacks have been put in that situation. Yes. And again, listen, when you do the RPO, that takes a half a second, right? So that's a half a second that Jalen can't look down the field, and it's doing it for nothing because the linebackers do not care if you fake it to the running back after a half of running the ball 1 or 2 times. It's like, bro, if you come to my house and try to grab, I don't even know. I'm too frustrated to even think of a scenario. Go ahead and get this super chat, yo.
My guy Jeremiah Butler, man, shout out to you, bro. They both get 17 games from me. Siri is a rookie also. Let's remember that. No. A coach, no. A coach got to have basic principles of the game. He looked like he never coached in any level of his life with that game plan. You got to run the ball. You guys got to understand something. Nick Sirianni is 40 years old. 40 years old. He has never seen a game where he was a coach where nobody handed the ball off only 3 times to a running back. It hasn't happened in 20 years. He did something that he made history. He made history. He played football in a way that nobody else plays it. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand what he really did. You can say, oh, he ain't run the ball enough. No, he didn't run the ball at all. And you can't win like that in this league. You got to keep defenses honest, man. If anybody can come out there and do that, man, he got to be way better than that. I cannot accept that he's just that bad. I think he got to be better than that. But the pressure's on already after 3 weeks. I want to see how you're going to respond.
That's big time. The response needs to happen and not just flip-flop. You guys want this, we'll do this. You guys want that, we'll do this. Just look, I like how they said every week's going to be different depending on the game plan, depending on who we're playing, but we have to have an identity. Right now we do different stuff every game and none of it's working. So I mean, we got to do something well because a defense should look at the Eagles and say, "We got to stop this." Our team so far has had nothing super dominant, whether it's Miles Sanders in the run game, one wide receiver going off. We're good at outside runs, inside runs, quick short passes, deep balls. There's not one thing that the defense says we got to stop this. And then when you let a defense know, when the Dallas Cowboys can say, well, Jalen Hurts is struggling, their quarterback's not going to throw the ball. I mean, their running back's not, their coach is not going to run the ball. Well, we are going to play every play. Cover 2, cover 3. We're going to drop back and make it hard on Jalen. If they do run the ball, cool. They gain 15 yards. They're not going to do it again. So we just did exactly what they wanted. They were down D tackles. He ran the ball for 24 yards on one play, and they were like, nah, that's good enough. We're not going to do it no more.
But I kind of feel like we showed what we was good at. We just haven't gone back to it since week 1. I feel like the quick pass to the wide receiver, like the bubble screen, I feel like that can be implemented in the game plan heavy for us because you could fake that. You could do a flip. There's so much stuff you can do with a bubble screen. We just not creative right now. You know what I mean? Getting the ball to our playmakers in space, I feel like we're good at that. We opened the game against the Atlanta Falcons with 2 quick passes, you know what I mean, to Quez Watkins. We opened the game like that, and we set the tone and let them know that we're going to get the ball out of our hands fast. We got to get to what works, man, and the playmakers are what works. Miles Sanders is the playmaker. Miles Sanders is one of the best players on this offense. To erase him from the game plan is it's ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? Nick Sirianni definitely got to earn my trust back because not only did you come out there with that game plan, what you did was, you let uneducated football fans make it okay to say Jalen Hurts is bad when you didn't equip him with the tools to go to battle. You know what I'm saying? Any other coach in the NFL wouldn't have got beat like that because they're going to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? They're going to use Miles Sanders. I mean, come on, man. I'm so pissed off with Nick Sirianni. He cannot do this upcoming week. He can't come out there and lay an egg like that this upcoming week. If he thought Monday night was was too big of a moment for him, if he comes to the link against Kansas City and do something like that, and we get the brakes beat off of us, listen, he might be a one and done.
The boos are
He might be a
coming
one
out.
and done, Mike. He might be a one and done, Mike. He might be a one and done. My guy CJ Huggins, thank you for the super chat. What's the LB and Philly Mike? They already saying we about to get blown out. Super crazy. I'm just hoping we show improvement. That's all you can really hope for at this point. All you can hope for is an improvement. You know what I mean? All you can hope for is improvement, man. What you think about the defense still going into this game? And what you think about the defense last week?
It's hard to blame. Listen, the defense got gassed early. They got beat up early and they were on the field way too long. I mean, there was one part of the game where in the first 22 minutes of football's been played, the Eagles have it for 3 minutes and some seconds, and they have it for like 18 and some seconds. It's just outlandishly too long. I like how Jonathan Gannon came out and said about the broken play when CeeDee Lamb got it down by the goal line. Nelson, Harris, they were all looking around like, what's going on? Again, Jonathan Gannon, although he was wanted throughout a lot of organizations because he had a lot of takers, just because he had a high name, he's still a rookie too. He's still young. There's going to be when you got a brand new coach, a brand new defensive coordinator, new players in the secondary with Nelson, Harris, Kavon Wallace getting more time, you're going to have some hiccups. I'd rather be a hiccup on communication or coaching than my guys just getting beat. So the secondary still has stood tall to me, and I think it's going to be tested big time against the Chiefs, but I'm still more worried about our offense. The defense is still probably our strength. I know the linebackers got fooled, but the linebackers got fooled a lot in that Cowboys game because Zeke was doing whatever they wanted, and they were pressing. The Chiefs ran the ball for 100 yards, but CEH is not Zeke and Tony Pollard, so they got too many high-flying guys in Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, and Hardman, but I'm still concerned on the offense. I think the defense, got to hold them to 27. And that's
I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the linebackers going into a game like this. When you got a good secondary, I believe we have a strong secondary. You know what I mean? Dak didn't, though we still have not allowed nobody to throw for 300 yards on us. I think we got a strong secondary. Yeah, McLeod is back. That's a good point. I think we got a strong secondary who refuses to get beat deep, and that's cool. But when you take away all of those deep outlets, you leave room for the guys to work underneath and Kelsey and all of those guys to expose our linebackers. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of worried about the linebackers this game. Somebody got to show some pride. I mean, Kerrigan has been non-existent. We're just going to call a spade on that one. He got the most snaps in the NFL without a tackle. Just completely non-existent. Like you're out there. You're Ryan Kerrigan to me. You were out in the game last week. I expect you to not do anything. You're not a national football player. But Ryan Kerrigan is out here, just doing nothing. Completely nothing. So, we got to find some type of swag, man. And you're right. I think it do start on the offensive side of the ball. But, what's the game plan? What game plan should we come out there with? We all know we got to run the ball more. But, what type of pass plays need to be implemented to get your young quarterback going early? What do you have to do? You got to go out there and get some good timing routes out, man. I mean, everybody want to come up here with these still shots of Jalen Hurts missing people. Oh, look at this. He was open at this point. I can't stand that shit that's floating around the internet right now. I can't stand it because it don't even tell you the whole story. This whole I'm not a part of the mob that's saying get rid of Jalen Hurts. You got to give him time. What makes this fan base think that we're so above developing players? Go out there and do your job. Listen, we didn't trade for Jalen Hurts. We picked him. So let's do our job and develop him and put competent play callers around him, man. You know what I mean? I ain't pick against the Eagles in a long time, Mike. I ain't pick against the Eagles in a long time. And I think last time I did, we actually won. But this game reminds me of when New England came to Philly a couple years ago, where Malcolm Jenkins got the pick 6 on Brady. We was trash that year, but we did beat New England in that game at the Link. This reminds me of something like that. If we could pull this off, we right back in business. I'm okay with 2-2. After the shit we saw, I am perfectly fine with 2-2. I mean, I ain't even really mad at 1-3. I think we got to grow with the season, but I am ecstatic with 2-2. This will be the upset of the season.
Yeah, it definitely would, and that will change the complexion of the fans out view. The players will be back to being bought in and really feeling themselves, it's a really tall task. It's a tall task. But as you said, that game where we beat Brady and them with Malcolm Jenkins, it was a total team effort. We had a punt return for a touchdown, a pick six for a touchdown, a fumble. We scored like every possible way. It was like 4 different scores: offense, defense, special teams. We had a total contribution.
Yeah. And I totally agree, man. I mean, I gotta wonder about Miles Sanders and how he feeling, man. Miles Sanders never carried the ball 200 times in a season. You know what I'm saying? We keep telling him, we keep promising him that he's the feature back in this offense, but then we go ahead and draft somebody. You know what I'm saying, in the 3rd round. That's a high draft pick for a running back. You know what I mean? I really want to know what's going through Miles Sanders' head. You know what I mean? Because Miles Sanders is coming up on the payday. And the only way you get the payday that you truly deserve is if you can prove your worth to the team. If we can go out there and say, well, we ain't using him and blah, 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 and his numbers ain't looking good, can we really pay him what he really feel like he worth? Everybody want to have all these theories that he's too small to get the ball 25 times a game. Hell no. Give Miles Sanders the ball as many times as he wants the ball, man. Miles Sanders is always one running play away from taking it to the house, man.
He's the same size as McCoy. He's the exact same size as McCoy. And the year that Shady won the Russian champ, he had 300 plus carries.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And Shady, I think, proved to be nicked up way more. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. I got Marcus Kane. Catch y'all later, man. Got to get to this money. I feel you, man. Watch it on the playback, my boy. Thank you for the super chat. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, the scariest thing about, the only thing in our favor this week, in my opinion, is it being a home game. That's the only thing in our favor. You know what I mean? But the fans can't get on the field and go out there and play for you. You know what I'm saying? The only thing in our favor is this being a home game, man. I just don't know what Nick Sirianni can even tell the team in this position. You know what I'm saying? All he can do is promise to give Miles Sanders the ball more. All he can do. But at some point, nobody's going to want to hear that, Jalen wasn't put in the best situation to succeed, because Jalen got to go out there and be better as well. You know what I mean? It's just the facts. He got to go out there and do his part as well, too. And I think he's starting to understand the situation that he's in. You got to listen. If they get your quarterback, if they're giving you the ball to throw 39 times, you got to make the best out of every one of those 39 times. That's the reality of it, because they're not committed to Jalen Hurts the way the Jags are committed to Trevor Lawrence, and the way that New York is committed to Zach Wilson. They trash. They trash. But they got the full support of their organizations. You know what I mean? And that's what really matters. That's the ultimate confidence that you can put in the guy. It don't matter what weapons you put around him. If you got the full support of your organization, then your play going to elevate to a degree, man.
Yeah. And real quick, shout out to JB. He dropped the super chat earlier. He said, I agree. We've seen 3 different game plans. That tells Siri is as green at play calling as Ireland. I agree. Let's see how he responds. That's for the whole just change it up and pandering to the fans. He got to worry about what he want to do. It's big time. Look, like you said, you haven't picked against the Eagles in a long time, and I won't, because this is what I'm gonna say. If we win, this is how we do it. But there's games where I say when we win and if we win. That's as far as I'll go off the Eagles thing. Just because it's what it is. There is a saying, any given Sunday, and I've seen crazy upsets. So you can't. There's always at least a 10%. I'm gonna hold on to that 10%. But the only way we have it is look. The Chargers had 3 turnovers against the turned the Chiefs over 3 times on the first 3 drives of their game, and they still came back. That's just a loaded team that, you're not safe against the Chiefs, even with a 14-point lead. And so you're going to need everything to come through. You're going to need special teams, defense, offense. We're going to need a complete game. You're going to need to take advantage of any mistakes that Pat Mahomes makes.
Yeah.
If a ball's on the ground, you got to get it. We got to win the turnover battle. We got to win the penalty battle, which we are last in. We have to play a perfect game to even be in scoring distance at the end. We can't shoot ourselves in the foot like we've been doing in these games.
I think if we don't have no offensive penalties, I think it's a high chance that, this is a close game. I think it goes down to the wire if we don't have no offensive penalties, like false starts and holdings. I mean, we got to give ourselves a fair shot. We can't start drives off behind the chains. We just can't do it. And if you don't start drives off behind the chains, and if you're running the ball, listen, you cut down on the false starts and a lot of stuff by running the ball. You know what I mean? I looked at a statistic the other day that said, most false starts happen on pass plays because dudes are trying to, get in position to, pass block. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, running the ball solves so much in the National Football League. And, the time is now to show if this guy is competent or not at coaching, because right now it's looking like to me that the better combination was to keep Doug Peterson and Jalen Hurts. That's looking better to me. I think Doug Peterson would have definitely had Jalen Hurts in a better position to succeed right now than Nick Sirianni is doing. But I will say this. A lot of people are talking bad about Jalen, but what has he got, like a 90 QBR? Like, he ain't bad. He really ain't bad when you break down the season in his small entirety so far, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, wins is really that all that matter, man. And Jalen Hurts has had, a lot of opportunity to show that he was a franchise quarterback, and the jury is still out. So, rightfully so. He got to go out there and win some games and show he's the guy.
Yeah. And as you were saying, look, the penalties are super demoralizing. If you say you run the ball on first down, which we don't do, but we've been leading the league in penalties the whole year so far. We average 11 penalties, maybe even 12 now. But you run the ball with Miles Sanders, he picks up 7-8 yards. You're looking at a 2nd and 3 or a 2nd and 2 with the whole playbook open, another run, a bootleg, a pass, this, that, and the third, but we get a holding call. So now, instead of a 2nd and 2, you're in 1st and 20. Then you pass it and it's incomplete, and now you're 2nd and 20. And that right there is a drive killer. And in the San Francisco game, that happened multiple times. We get the ball at our 20. Here goes Jalen Hurts in the offense, moving. You get to the 35-yard line of the Niners, and you get back-to-back penalties, and we can't get it done. Then we got to go for it on 4th down, and we don't get it. Like, drives are killed from the and shout out to the $10 super chat, but this reminds me of a flag. Just a yellow.
Right, because it's yellow. My guy, Donnell Shipley, man, thank you for the super chat, man. What's up, fellas? Look, I'm rooting for Jalen because if he balls, then we can use these 3-round draft picks on defense. So I don't know why Eagles fans ain't cheering for Hurts. That's another thing, man. That brings me to a great point. Everybody want Deshaun Watson so bad, but do you want to be the Houston Texans? I'll just ask everybody that. Do you want to be the Houston Texans? Because that's what you're going to turn into if you trade for Deshaun Watson. I'll explain. You're going to lose all your draft picks. You're going to lose 3 first-round draft picks and 3 starters. They're looking for 3 assets. They're not looking for 3 practice squad guys. You might lose a linebacker. We already short on linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Look at the situation Houston Texans they're in right now. They got a good quarterback, but he even needs pieces to succeed. He was 4-12 last year. With some of the best stats you ever going to see on any given Sunday from a quarterback. Exactly. He still needs stuff to succeed. So if you bring Jalen Hurts, if you bring Deshaun Watson over here, you don't have no picks to build around him. You paying him 40 M's a year, and you're down 3 assets. You are the Philadelphia Texans. You know what I mean? You're the Philadelphia Texans at that point. So I don't think it's worth mortgaging the future, man. Develop your guy. You know what I'm saying? Go through these growing pains, run the ball. You know what I mean? And build an elite defense. How about that? Build an elite defense with your picks.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, look, Watson is immensely talented. But as LB just said, bro, he was a top 3, top 5 quarterback last year. And because the things around him look bad, he put up numbers, but they didn't win. You know what I mean? They won 4 games. Dak Prescott had an MVP type year in 2019. They won 8 games. Matthew Stafford put up numbers with the Lions. They never won games. Like that can happen too. Quarterback is the most important position, but it's not the only position. And as JB said, we got a lot of stuff we got to clean up, because even the guys on the team that you're like, oh, we don't need to get D tackles or defensive ends because we got Fletch and Brandon Graham. They're getting older and they're expensive. Things will change soon. So not only do we got to fix the stuff that's not here, we got to replace the stuff that's here. We need
exactly. You got to do that pretty fast. My guy JB said, by the way, fan base, I do not want Watson. We have too many pressing needs to be giving up capital. A 2nd-round pick, okay, otherwise, no. Listen, the asking price is ridiculous, if you ask me. The asking price is ridiculous. Hold on. Let me get this. Ain't even no super chat. This just this is a Cowboys fan. We different this year. We've heard that before. You know what I mean? Enjoy your win. Enjoy your win.
They're will different. Be right. They become back the same.
Exactly. What is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think the picks are more important than, getting Deshaun Watson. And Deshaun Watson and the Texans proved that. You can have a great quarterback, but nothing, you know what I'm saying? If you don't got the pieces around him, you screw. Look at Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins got the most 300-yard games without an interception. You know what I mean? I think in like the last 11 years or something like that. You know what I mean? He ain't even been playing that long, but he can't win a game. He can't do no damage in the playoffs. They don't have a defense. All they got is Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, and Kirk Cousins. The offense is great. They selling tickets, but we know how that story going to end. They're going to run into Green Bay. They're going to run into Tampa Bay. They're going to run into somebody. They're going to tap. They're going to get their buns tapped in the playoffs. They have nothing. They have nothing that could combat a full, complete football team. Nothing. I'd rather be the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, everybody might not think much of Ryan Tannehill, but they got a complete team that can put in some work. You know what I mean? The team is good on both sides of the ball. Yeah. The Philadelphia Eagles got to pick what they want to be, man. You want to be a crowd pleaser or you want to win football games?
Correct. And here's my overall take on just Jalen Hurts. Look, if you can say, wow, he played bad football against the Cowboys, but so did everybody else. And again, situations matter. Context matter when it comes to bad play because it's not the NBA. You need everybody to be on their P's and Q's. It's the ultimate team game, including the coach, which is very important. But now this is an outlier, but Josh Allen, bro, the way his season went last year, I mean, as a rookie, this dude threw I think he threw 14 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Mm-hmm. He had 14 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was something like that. And he had a 50-something% completion percentage. It was over for him. He's trash. He's just wildly, he can make some good plays, like they say about Jalen. Every once in a while, he makes a good play, but the consistent throwing is not there. Boom. He gets an offensive line a little piece there too. He gets Stephon Diggs. He gets a competent he gets a great offensive coordinator who could have easily got a job. I would have took the OC. I was asking for the OC of the Bills to be the head coach, but he just didn't want to leave. And now Josh Allen is that dude. And again, it doesn't always happen, but people act like it can never happen. If Jalen Hurts has talent, you just got to first maximize his talent and develop the things that he can. The biggest issue with Jalen Hurts is he hits the panic button too quickly, right? That's his biggest thing. He hits the panic button and he scrambles out because in college, he's like, these legs saved my life. It's not saving his life when you got linebackers as quick as they do in the NFL and stuff like that. So knowing when to run and when not to is something that's kind of in your head, but you can change it by just working on it every single day. In practice, in games, saying, look, if I take this sack, but I'm going to stay in the pocket and see what my wide receivers do. Mm-hmm. It's a growing process. If a boxer always throws with his right, he gets a new trainer that drills it in his head to use his left. It can be done. That's his biggest problem is the panic button.
I agree, man. My guy Zeus said, ALB, let me get a rent. Shout out to Philly Mike. Love the content. Do you think we should get a veteran wide receiver to take some pressure off Devontae Smith? I think we needed a veteran wide receiver in the offseason. I don't really see I don't think it would have hurt anything, but, again, we were happy about preseason. We were happy about week one. This team got a lot of issues, man, a lot of issues, and I think veteran wide receiver is one of them. My guy JB again, man, shout out to you, bro. Thoughts on Rager and Gannon? I dislike Rager, but I blame Howie for drafting him out of his place. Still hoping for his development. My thoughts on Rager is, I think Rager is just a little lazy to me. I'm just calling a spade a spade. No disrespect, man. If you're watching this, man, I just don't think Rager gives, the effort that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Rager, he's kind of lazy coming out of his breaks. Even when Rager ran a punt back last year, I thought the running a punt back looked lazy to me. You know what I mean? He just don't seem like he don't run hard enough for me. And Gannon, so far, I like Gannon so far. Gannon is doing what he can do with a bad linebacking core, but he got the safeties and he got the cornerbacks playing at a very high level. So I like Gannon. I want to see some interceptions, but dudes are scared to throw deep on us. I don't know what they seeing on the tape when they call their pass plays, but they don't even try as deep for the first 3 weeks. So, but Patrick Mahomes is about to try as deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're about to get tested this week.
Yeah. You know and on Gannon's point, you can tell he doesn't trust the linebackers. When do you ever see a team play 6 different linebackers, right? We're rotating linebackers in and out. Like, listen, Gannon has a real good grasp of, okay, you do this better, you do this better, you do this better. We don't have no complete linebackers. And listen, with the responsibility of throwing 6 different linebackers in there for different plays, that's hard to manage. So, and again, our linebackers are not good, but they haven't been a huge problem until the Cowboys game. They're going to be picked on, though, because it's on tape now. But trusting 6 different dudes at the linebacker position, how we get us a linebacker, bro, with one of these picks? It's just as simple as that.
I think our best linebacker is Davion Teller,
and he can't get on he can't stay on he's
right.
getting nicked up.
I think he's our best linebacker, man. I mean, it would have been exciting to see some more development from Sean Bradley, but I haven't really even seen him get any playing time. TJ Edwards, I don't know where he's been. I mean, this is how bad the linebacking core is. And I love Alex Singleton, bro. I love dude, bro. But you're talking about he's a captain on our team. He's a former CFL player. Like, what? Yeah. You know what I mean? No disrespect to nobody in the Canadian Football League, but every time I see JOK, every time I see his name pop up somewhere, and we pass, and we got Landon Dickerson out there who looking like his feet real heavy, feet looking real heavy right now. You know what I mean? And you got JOK being defensive rookie of the goddamn week or whatever he was. Like, come on, man. When we gonna put? We ain't got that. Listen, we don't have the right to give up none of these picks. We need to draft the best player available 3 goddamn times in the first round. That's what we need to be doing.
Yeah, JOK is just rough, and it's like it's not saying Landon Dickerson can't be good, but my God, JOK is flying for the Browns.
Flying for the Browns, man.
And that would have been our second round pick, man. Like,
come on. That automatically changes the complexion of that linebacking core. It changes the complexion with a JOK. But, we can't even cry over spilt milk. It's like you go get Eric Wilson. We was all excited about that, but I mean, come on. We keep trying to take the cheap way out. We need the picks. We don't have a problem with paying rookies. We have no problem with paying people on rookie deals. So use the picks. Please don't trade for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is an amazing player, but we are not a quarterback away. And the asking price is way too high. Please use the picks. That's all I'm saying.
Simple.
You got to use the picks.
Whew.
Yeah. What do you say? Tomorrow, we all probably gonna be in the same AA meeting tomorrow. We probably gonna be passing our cups around. Like, man, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And I don't have no faith. No faith. Did the Texans go to the playoffs? What you mean, Red? Not last year. Deshaun Watson, he's won 1 playoff game. I think did he beat Josh Allen?
Yes.
I think he beat Josh Allen.
It was that crazy play too at the end where he was about to get tackled. He like bounced off him and then he completed it at the end of the game.
Deshaun Watson, he won 1 playoff game. Deshaun Watson need pieces too. You know what I'm saying? The conception around the NFL is this, or around the fan bases and the modern NFL fan, is that a good quarterback is going to change everything. Hell no. They not the Jaguars not going to the Super Bowl if you swap out Brady with Lawrence, or if you swap out Lawrence with goddamn Aaron Rodgers. No, they may win 5 or 6 more games. They might have a win by now, but we know what's going to happen to them in the playoffs. Like, come on, you need to have a complete football team, and that complete football team need to have a complete game week in and week out, and that means running and passing the ball.
Yeah, real quick, look. So again. Baker Mayfield stay with the same team, but looked bad before he got what? He got 2 new things: a coach. He got a different coach, Kevin Stefanski, and a run game. Coach, run game. Baker looks good, right? Matthew Stafford has numbers, but can't get the Lions to the playoffs. Now they the number 1 team in the NFL with the Rams. Okay, now you even look at look at Jameis Winston. Dude was turnover central. Now he's with the Saints, new coach, running back, some defense, and he's not great, but he's not horrible. Like when Sam Darnold was seeing ghost, he was seeing ghost, and now he sees touchdowns. You know what I mean?
Right.
New
Darnold.
coach, run game. These quarterbacks getting new coaches, new run games, new systems, and they're showing that this is why we made it to the NFL.
Exactly. Yeah, they're looking very competent right now, man.
Ryan Tannehill, yeah.
Right, you can't even. You know what I mean? I know Shipley. We can't cry over spilled milk, but what this team should have been from the draft, DK, Justin, JOK. Yeah, I agree. I agree, but it's no real way to. I mean, it's, you know, I am so I am beyond. I'm beyond myself after last week. I'm beyond myself. Thank you. I'm beyond
Nah.
myself after last week, bro. Last week was crazy. I've never seen a game that poorly managed, that poorly coached in a primetime game. You know what I'm saying? And then dear Lord, I talk about what's his name, Barnett. He might want to he might want to square up if he see me. The stuff I got to say about him. I mean, the man jumps off sides like it's a damn free meal on the other side of the line, like it's his high school sweetheart over there.
And he points to himself like my bad.
Oh,
No, that's your bad.
that's me, y'all. That's me. That's me, y'all. Yeah. He's pointing the finger in the air. Yeah. That was me. Come on, bro.
Yeah, he's a
It's
mess.
like it's like no discipline. Then it's always like on a third down. That is a reflection of the coaches. It's a reflection of the coaches. At what point do you do this though, Mike? I've been on football teams where this happened. If you jump off sides on a play like that, you're coming out of the game for a few snaps. You might miss the whole You might miss the whole series. For real, because where's your head at? You might miss the whole series. You know what I mean? You can't reward bad play, man. But the Philadelphia Eagles keep finding a way to do it. We keep finding a way to give dudes a shot who are showing that they're liabilities, and we keep skipping over dudes who have to have the ball. Like, I don't give a damn who run the ball. I don't care if it's Gainwell or Sanders. Somebody got to do it. You know what I mean?
And Barnett has more penalties than sacks in his career.
Useless. And he making 10 mil this year. That's useless. Useless.
Oh my goodness.
And then we extend Josh Sweat, and he getting minimum playing time.
Yeah, I don't understand that, man.
Because we want to take. I know why. We want to take care of Barnett, so he could put out some good film, so he can go somewhere else. Nah, bruh. The film he putting out right now, nobody about to want him. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Listen, man.
One bright note is Hargrave is looking like the man out there, though. So
he's looking better than Aaron Donald so far this year.
He's balling. He's
looking better than Aaron Donald. So I'm not gonna say he's looking better than him because Aaron Donald is. You look at the tape, it's a difference. But the stats and the production are a little higher than Aaron Donald this year. So Hargrave is a balling. You know what I mean? And him and Fletch doing a thing. A lot of people are upset with Fletch because he ain't got the numbers. Fletch ain't no spring chicken, but Fletch is holding his weight in that middle. For God, he scored last week. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you want from the man? You know what I mean? What more do you want from the man?
Let me ask you a question real quick. So when you look at this Chiefs defense, though, like what do you want the Eagles to focus on taking away the most of the Chiefs defense?
What do you mean taking away?
Like
where do you want to attack them?
Or no, like, do you want to put more guys around Tyreek Hill? Who's the bigger fish that you want to handle, Tyreek Hill or Kelsey?
Kelsey.
You think Kelsey?
It's Kelsey, man. It's Kelsey. Slay and Nelson, they'll be competent. I mean, I'm not going to say they're going to shut him down. You know what I mean? It's Kelsey, man. I'm telling you, man.
Who you putting on Kelsey?
Who I'm putting on Kelsey? Anthony Harris. I mean, shit.
It's a tall task for Ronnie McLeod. He's just getting back.
He's just getting back, yeah. And I'm glad Kayvon ain't even in the mix because I know he would have got walked up and down the field. But it's Anthony Harris, man. Anthony Harris, he squared up with Kyle Pitts week 1. He did a good job on Kittle week 2. He's seen his fair share of, explosive tight ends already in the year, and he got more to come. I'm going to put Anthony Harris on him. But Kelsey, man, you got to be physical with Kelsey, man. It's times you might got to hit him when he don't have the ball. You got to bump him off his routes. You got to disrupt his timing. I'm worried about Tyreek Hill in the short game, not so much in the long game. This week, I think in the short game, we got to tackle Tyreek Hill. But Patrick Mahomes is going to take some deep shots, man. I'm excited to see this game. I'm really excited to see this game.
Like I said, there's no way I wake up Sunday morning not amped for the game. It's just, It just is what it is. It's in my DNA. But I think we gotta punch him in the mouth fast. We got to execute. And like I said, you can't go into a game against the Chiefs with 10 plus penalties and expect not to get blown out. Every penalty is a chance that we don't convert a drive and give the ball back to Pat Mahomes. And my thing on Tyreek is this. I have confidence in Slay and these guys and a scheme we're playing because we don't really let things go over the top. But when Pat Mahomes has Tyreek Hill getting deep like that, well, then it really opens up the middle for Kelsey and stuff. So I like what the Chargers did. The Chargers really took away Tyreek, made Kelsey work by hitting him, and it made Pat Mahomes and these guys make mistakes by going down the field little by little. They made more mistakes because they're used to doing this. Hike, touchdown. Oh, we had the ball for 20 seconds. We don't even have a chance because Pat has been throwing some bad balls interception-wise, and so I think we need every opportunity to take the ball away from them. We need to help our offense.
I agree. Dilly Philly said, so no one tired of JJ. Listen, I'm not going to say, I mean, what do you want me to say about Arthega Whiteside? What do you want me to say? JJ wasn't even able to do his job. JJ is a run block and a wide receiver. We didn't run the ball. JJ was useless last week. JJ couldn't even do his job. I mean, it's like 5 or 10 people that I'm mad at that even have an active roster spot over Jordan Howard. You know what I mean? I just don't get it.
Hey, you know what's crazy in that play against Dallas? So look, 13 personnel is when you have 3 tight ends on the field, and then they call like a max protection where you have all 3 tight ends block plus the running back block, and you only have 2 wide receivers running routes because you're trying to take a shot on somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't really 13 personnel because they used JJ, but I believe they used them in that sense. But we had Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, JJ Arcega-Whiteside, and whatever running back was on the field block, plus our offensive line, and Jalen Hurts still got pressured.
Bro, did you see the quarterback screen? I call it a quarterback screen. Did you see the quarterback screen that we ran, bro? Well, we snapped the ball, and the whole offensive line let everybody through, and Jalen just ran to the left, not knowing what the hell to do. It was like,
it was
bad. Last week was ridiculous, bro. Last week was ridiculous. All I want from the Philadelphia Eagles, man, while we coming up on an hour. All I want is a competent football game at this point. That's all I want is a competent football game. The win would be great. I'd be super grateful for the win. I'd be back to popping my shit how I pop it. I'd be super grateful for the win. You know what I mean? But just come out there and look like you're not the Mighty Ducks or you're not the Little Giants. Just come out there and look like you're not a Pop Warner team. Please. Please. Do you know how it sickened me to hear what's the radio station? 94? What is it? That one.
Oh, the one with WIP.
WIP, the one with the old head with the Italian accent. He's asking Nick Sirianni, "What were you thinking?" He's like, we've never seen a game. He started off like this. See, I'll tell you what we're not happy about, Nick. It's your play calling. What were you thinking? The type of game plan like that has never been called. I mean, come on. It hurt my soul to hear that. I'm like, this is our guy? This is our guy. Oh, situational football. Bullshit. And excuse my language. I'm tight, though. Oh, situational football. Dude, it was 7-7. You had the ball. Stop lying to me, Nick. Don't lie to me, Nick. Don't lie to me. Because I'm not a regular fan, Nicholas. I'm not a regular fan, Nicholas. You know what I mean? I actually do videos on what happens, Nicholas. You know what I mean? Don't lie to me like that, bro. Yeah. What's his name? Angelo? Somebody just said his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angelo. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of what's going on all the time, man. So I don't know, man, but it was crazy, Mike. It was crazy, man.
It was bad. And like you said, look, in the entirety of the season, it's a small sample size, but that job was so bad. You just can't have any of that matriculate throughout the season. And, all this fundamental talking that I heard all through the all season, the definition of fundamentals is doing things right. And penalties don't happen if you have good fundamentals. It just doesn't. True. And so, we are the most penalized team. So the play calling's bad. Jalen Hurts is being asked to do a lot. And then you're also just slowing down the offense by constantly putting yourself behind the chains. Like I said, Sunday has to be a well-thought game plan, and we have to execute it. We have to have our best game and still some more because it's the Chiefs. Like people say, oh, they're 1-2. They're not that good. They're back-to-back. They've been in the Super Bowl 2 years in a row.
Exactly.
They're not going to get rattled. They're coming to Philly with the utmost confidence. They're looking at what they're trying to get back to 500. They are coming. Like, I think you said it in one of your videos, and somebody else, Gate, even texted me as too. He's like, it'd be a lot easier if the Chiefs were 3-0.
Yes.
And they came in like, it's the lonely Eagles. We're 3-0, and they overlooked us. Maybe they're looking at a Baltimore game. Maybe they're looking at the Chargers next week, whatever. But they're coming in like, dang, we're 1-2.
It's a must win. They coming in like we got the same record as these guys about to play. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got to start restoring respect back. They got to get their respect back. So you never know what's going to happen, man, in this game. But, you know, the odds ain't in the favor of the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll tell you that right now. Right now, the Eagles are just not a good football team. And that starts with the coaching for real, man. It is what it is. But, you know, Nick Sirianni better wear a damn white tee from now on. He better get some Hanes white tees. Don't put no graphics on your tee. Don't run around here talking beat Dallas. Don't do anything, bro. You go get you a white tee until otherwise, bro. We about to start calling him White Tee Shorty until otherwise, bro. Because it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy, man.
Yeah, the crazy thing, I don't know if you saw the picture, but he was wearing a Run Booby Run shirt, right? And it said run twice, and people on Twitter were like, he literally meant he was gonna run.
He literally told us the game plan.
Run. That's it, too.
It's just crazy, bro. This week, dog, he need to have his own shirt, his own face on a wanted poster on a goddamn shirt. That's the shirt you need to wear, bro. Because we looking for competent play, man. Listen, man, we up on to an hour, man. You got any last words, Mike? Any words of inspiration for tomorrow?
All I'm going to say is, listen, grab your favorite Eagles jersey tomorrow. Grab your favorite beverage. It's early, but it's going to be necessary. And like I said, we're going to need a great game to even compete with them. But really, I've never been a guy who says moral victories. But at this point, what I saw last week was so bad. If we look competent, then I'm still going to talk my shit. You know what I mean? But just look competent and play to your players' strengths, like you said. And I'm still going to pick the Eagles at the last second.
No, yeah. I mean, listen, the Eagles going to win 35-30. 35-30. I think you got to put up 30 plus. You got to put up 30 plus, bro.
I'll go 31-30. 31-30, last second.
Right. Last second field goal to something. I don't know how we going to do it, but we got to do it. It's at home. We got to at least look competent, man.
You're going to the game?
You know, we got to at least look competent at home, man. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. That was in my hands, but, you know, should be happening, bro.
Oh yeah,
should be happening. But you know, if I ain't at this one, I'm definitely going to be at the Buccaneers game. You know what I'm saying? Or I might be in Carolina. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I'm in that weird space. Like I live in Virginia, I could drive to Carolina. You know what I mean? And I could drive to Philly. I'm right in between. So, you know what I mean? We're gonna see though, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna see, man. I mean, my last words is, you know, get the ball in the playmakers' hands. You know what I mean? Get them dudes out in space. Let them dudes create. Don't put it all on Jalen Hurts to drop back and survey the field, man. Run the ball, mix it up, be unpredictable this game, and put your best effort forward, man. Put your best effort forward. You know what I mean? That's all I got to say, man. You know, Go Talk the Podcast, episode 4. Episode 5 will be on Philly Mike's channel. We're going to be either celebrating, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be either celebrating or we're going to be pulling the white sheets over the first quarter of the season for the Philadelphia Eagles. But either way, man, fly Eagles fly. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow to the game and tune into both our post games. I'm pretty sure there'll be one on his channel and one on my channel giving our thoughts about what we saw. But listen, man, I respect y'all, man. And make sure y'all tap into Big Manscaped. Use code Brunson. Save 20% off. Get the free shipping. And the free shipping I full for that for y'all. You know what I mean? Mike like when I say that. The free shipping I full for that for y'all. But no, we're gonna get with y'all, man. Hey, man, shout out to y'all. I got you, Kara. Shout out to y'all.